2-7.
कार्पण्यदोषोपहतः स्वभावः
कार्पण्यदोषोपहतः स्वभावः
पृच्छामि त्वां धर्मसम्मूढचेताः
पृच्छामि त्वां धर्मसम्मूढचेताः
यच्छ्रेयस्यान्निश्चितं ब्रूहि तन्मे
यच्छ्रेयस्यान्निश्चितं ब्रूहि तन्मे
शिष्यस्तेऽहं शाधि मां त्वां प्रपन्नम्
शिष्यस्तेऽहं शान्ति मा त्वां प्रपन्नम्
2-7-1.
The meaning of the words of the shloka.
Karpanyadoshopahatasvabhavaha. With my nature concealed by ignorance. Pruchhami, I am asking, Tvam, you. Dharma sammudha chetaha. With the mind confused about dharma. Yachreyaha. That is yat plus shreyaha. Yat, that which. Shreyaha, good. Syannischidam, that is syat plus nischidam. Syat will be, nischidam, having decided. Bruhi, you tell. Tanme, that is tat plus me. Tat, that. Me, me. Shishyastheham, that is shishyaha plus te plus aham. Shishyaha, disciple. Te, your. Aham, I am. Sadhi, you teach. Mam, me who has. Tvam, in you. Prapannam, taken refuge. 2-7-2.
The meaning of the shloka.
With my nature concealed by ignorance, and my mind confused about dharma, I ask thee, please decide which will be the right course, and tell me that. I am your disciple. Teach me who has taken refuge in you. 2-7-3. Here Arjuna accepts the discipleship of Krishna. He realizes that his mind is afflicted by Karpanya dosha. Literally, this means the behavior of a Kripana or miser, which can be extended to mean a man with a small mind. However, the Vedas use the word to mean ignorant. In Brihadaranyaka Upanishad 3.8.10, Yajnavalkya tells Gargi, Yova edadaksharam gargya viditvasmal lokat praiti saha kripanaha. Quote, O Gargi, whoever departs this world without realizing this imperishable is a kripana. Unquote. Birth as a human is a great opportunity to realize Brahman. It is ignorance that prevents us from using this opportunity. This is how the meaning of ignorance is attributed to Karpanya doshaha. A footnote here. Swami Gambhirananda, after stating the meaning as overpowered by weak commiseration in his translation of Shankara Bhashya, establishes a direct connection between the statement of Yajnavalkya and miser, saying, quote, he is called so because, like a miser, he cannot contemplate parting with his wealth, friends, or relatives, and feels commiserate at their loss. Unquote. He also cites Swami Shankarananda, who quotes another scriptural passage. Quote, a kripana is one who has no control over his senses and organs. Unquote. Other commentators have given yet other meanings to this word. For example, V. Panoli in his translation, quote, obsessed by thought of a vicious nature, unquote. Swamis Shivananda and Chinmayananda, quote, with nature overpowered with the taint of pity, unquote. Swami Prabhupada, quote, have lost all composure because of weakness, unquote. We continue. Man's real nature is Sat, existence absolute, Chit, knowledge absolute, and Ananda, bliss absolute. We will get opportunities for a detailed exposition of the concept of Satchidananda later. However, though he sees such statements in the scriptures, man is not aware of it and continues to consider himself happy or sorrowful, rich or poor, a man of high stature or one at the lower rungs of society, etc. He lives in this world, taking upon him happiness and sorrow. The only reason for this is he is ignorant of his true nature. Later in 5.15, Bhagavan says, Ajnanena vridam jnanam. Jnanam is covered by ajnanam. This covering is the cause of all sorrow, and the way out can be found only if one approaches a guru. 274. Ignorance also prevents Arjuna from discriminating between what is dharma and what is not, makes him dharma sammuda chetaha. He is confused about his duty. It is significant that Arjuna has come to realize at least that he does not know. To know that you do not know is an important step. This will lead you to approach someone who knows. Instead of crying over your suffering, this makes you seek help. This is what Arjuna does, saying, Pruchhami tvam, I ask thee. His mind has shifted from a stubborn rejection to a possibility of another course of action. 275. What he asks for is Yachreya, which is the ultimate good. Shreyas is usually counterposed with prayas, meaning material progress. These are the two courses of development open to us. We can choose either. Normally, nearly all of us choose the latter, forgetting for the moment that it is ephemeral. Wants being insatiable, we crave for more and different things, and we strive to get them, even seeking out the so-called gurus who would give them. We do not realize that this is binding us more and more firmly to this world and its suffering. The only way to get out of this bondage is to seek Shreyas. This is what we have to seek from the Guru. This is the course brave men would adopt, says Katha Upanishad 2.2. Shreyascha preyascha manushyametaha dau samparitya vivinakti dhiraha. The path of Shreyas and prayas reach the man. The brave discriminate between the two. It takes real courage to choose spiritual unfoldment over material progress. But once chosen, Shreyas makes man realize his ultimate goal. 276. The word Nishchidam indicates that approaching the Guru is not for getting to know the various paths or the various thoughts expressed in the scriptures. It is for getting fixed on the path most suited for us. As long as we remain in the grip of the thoughts of me and mine, we would not be able to see the subtleties in the depth of our antakarana or internal instrument. But a true Guru can see them and know what is good for us. Only he can know for certain the path suited for us and take us along the path of Shreyas. 277. With this request, Arjuna becomes the disciple of Bhagavan, Shishyastheham. The word Shishya means one who is fit to be chastised, taught. What makes him fit is the complete faith in the Guru and taking refuge, prapannam, in him, with the sole motive of knowing the truth. He is one who has submitted all his personal feelings to the Guru with complete surrender, praying what the Guru desires may happen. Arjuna is ready to act according to the advice of the Guru. This is a crucial moment in the life of a sadhaka or seeker. This shloka explains all aspects of approaching a Guru, who should go to him, when, how, and what for.